Welcome. Today's my topic is about the SR archive of the Brighton independent business. So let me just briefly introduce my original story. Sounds like a DC Comics book, right? So I'm an ordinary student graduated from the University of Miami, and then I just finished my motion graphics education, and then submit my thesis to the school, and then also to the film festival, and then won some international award, and eventually, and then trying to get some jobs. And here's my graduation photos. Yeah. So, yeah, can you see Dennis there? So the reason is simple, because I graduated at a really, the really darkest moment of the humanity during the time, 2020. So the celebration of the graduation ceremony cancelled. And all the photos, impossible. So this is why I don't have the graduation photos since then. Gosh. So, but because after 2 years in China, I realized that I really want to go out again, because I feel like I want to do some research, which is not possible to execute in China. So yeah, I started my PhD at the University of Sussex. My topic, are you curious about what I'm going to research about?
Of course, absolutely.
Digital dictatorship. So yeah. So for the story, for the digital dictatorship story, I tried to merge a cyber dystopian narrative with the Chinese mythology to explore the vantage point of language in the virtual reality storytelling, which means that you the way you stand in the virtual world is pre-decided by the director, not by the audience themselves. So here is the demo of how the character looks like. So I believe Adam saw that before, because I showcased it at the masterclass in Brighton Metropolitan College. So yeah, it's the story about the censorship of the internet, but we just put the stage onto the mythology world. So yes, but the reason I have to abandon the project, well, 4 reasons. Firstly, limited adoption of virtual reality illustration technology in the United Kingdom. As far as I know, only 2 to 3 artists who use the VR illustration technology to make their artwork, let alone creating animation. So it's impossible to train the artist from ground zero to do the work. And secondly, I'm an international student, which prevent me from getting access to the public funding in the United Kingdom. Thirdly, ethical review. Interesting story. I will try to get the green light in the ethical review. A lot of students did in the University of Sussex, and most of them, they applied for over a year, never got a reply. So and thirdly, pandemic PTSD. Well, yeah, this is an interesting story. Well, taking me back to the original story, yes, I finished the animation and you won the international prize, but the problem is most of the film festival during the pandemic time, they have to cancel the on-site event, which means that you can hardly get collection just via the hybrid internet, hybrid space. So yeah, I spent about 2 years to finish my thesis, but it turns out to gain almost nothing. So yeah, I don't want to get back to that situation. So yeah, this is why I have to cancel the project. So what made me come to the project now today to create the SR archive of Brighton independent business? Quite simple, because I did some projects for the Film Ferrocks, the local studio in Surrey, and also for the Sussex Business Show. And this project can turn into the immersive experience seamlessly. So this is the animation I made for the Science Museum before.
It's my year! Wood Dragon's year!
So this is a project for the Science Museum. We also did some adjustment and then turn it into the immersive experience within about a week. So I could show you how it looks like. So in this world, you can just we can just reuse the animation asset and turn it into the immersive experience demo within a short term. So yeah, in this way we can just diversify the production for the different purposes. And the angle, vantage point can be like this. We pre-designed the route for the audience, or we can just change the direction, change the vantage point easily. Just press the button on the panel here. So yeah, it can be a diverse experience according based on how you want it to be, from other people who saw the project first time.
What? This is so cool! Can you say all that again? I have no idea what's going on. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's a straight.
So yeah, and also not only because of this project, but also inspired by the Tokyo storefront illustration made by the Matesu Ubanovici. I really feel like there's a great potential of creating a 3D model of the local business using the virtual reality. And let's alone, we're in Brighton, right? The place that with a lot of graffiti, a lot of creative way to promote their business. And this is the one that I usually walk past, and it's just right around the corner. So yeah, this is the spirit of the Brighton. So I think, and I never see this kind of store elsewhere in the UK. So I feel like maybe I could make something out of it. So I set up the idea. I will create the SR archive of Brighton's independent stores, and then can integrate it into the city digital twin in the future. So this is the idea of the project. So yeah. So far I have created 5 stores in collaboration with another artist called whose name is Xiao Zhang, and then this is the first store I created. The store is called Rolab, which is just around the corner of the train station, and he is the immigrant from Hong Kong, and his store is one of the very first group of stores that introduced the Japanese tea culture and anime products to Brighton. And the store has become a cultural touchpoint, blending the East Asian culture with the Brighton independent spirit. Well, this is ChatGPT idea. But anyway, yes, a lot of local people love his store, and we can see that this is the first post that reached about 153 likes. Although a lot of them are from the Hong Kong communities, but also a lot of local people press like to the post. So yes, we can see that even though we are from outside Brighton, from another country, as long as you can create something creative, something exciting to the local community, you can be part of them. So yeah, so back to, so yeah, I think I see the potential from the project. So the last one, I work with the native here. Puzzle board. Have you heard of this store? It's just right next to the Brighton Dawn over there. So yeah, at the heart of the city center. So it's a puzzle-themed coffee shop founded by a Brighton local, Mark, and then he not only just serve the people with coffee and pastry, he also sells the puzzle created by the local talents. And his puzzle is now reaching United States and also other European countries. So yeah, and I also, here's my puzzle. And I also work with him. One day he said, "Hey Bowen, I really like the store you created for me, but I want to see if I could use it to turn it into a puzzle." I said, "I could put it in the middle of the city, and then turn it into, and then to present how people will spend their time in your cafe. What do you think?" He said, "This is a brilliant idea." So yeah, and then we create the puzzle, and right now this is one of the best seller and it's available on the market. And the third one is the brand. It's a stand that features the herbal perfume run by Tandivi. And then the reason why I feature her store in our series is she not only sell the herbal perfume, she also teach her daughter how to do the business and how to be confident when they are interact with the customer to sell their product. And her daughter also created her brand called Ping Pong Fun, which sells some really interesting trinkets. So this is the animation created by Zhang Xiao to demonstrate how her store looked like in the 3D world in the animation. And then this is her daughter's stand. It's a kit, and then with some really interesting trinket available for the sales. The last one is the Simon Webster hairs. I don't know whether you did the hairdressing there, but according to my supervisor did, and she said it's one of the best in Brighton, and also they won the UK Ultimate Salon, which is making them one of the most important salons in the UK. And I also make the animation for them. So this is how the animation looks like. Sorry. this is the commercial. Yeah, it's now available at the Gardiner Street, right opposite the Comedia. So yeah. So my conclusion of what make Brighton independent business so unique for the these are listed here. Firstly, open-minded culture and creativity. I introduced my idea to the local council, and then they think it's a great idea as long as I don't charge anything from the store owner. But yeah, still, they said, hey, this is a good idea. I will introduce you to the Brilliant Brighton, and they will introduce you to this local business. I said, why not? That's a great idea. I need this. I need people to know, to try it out. So yeah, it turns out that two store owners, they are interested. One is Aquilia, and the other one is the Simon Webster hair. So yeah, and we in collaborating with them, I gradually learned the local culture and also help them to understand what's the virtual reality, what's the immersive technology can help them, and they can understand it because I just turned it into something they understand and they love to try it out. So in this way, I could carry on the project and make it happen. So this open mind and also have the dare to try out a new thing is the reason. Firstly, it's the first reason why it's make the culture, the independent business here different. Secondly, the strong communication support. So let's take the puzzle board as example. It's not only the cafe, it's also the community hub where they will, where the local customers, local people will arrange the event at their cafe store. And in return, they will help the cafe to promote his business, not only within the local community, but also outside world. So in this way, it helps him expand the business. Thirdly, the tourism and art-driven identity. Obviously, we know that Brighton is the city of art, not only because of that, but also the local business owner, they understand if you want to get the attention, you need to attract the people first into your store. What makes you so unique? Graffiti. And this is why we can see a lot of graffiti in the store, and the store owner, they really love to work with them. So to create their, uniqueness for the store to attract the people. And in return, it would just bring the business to the artists to help them improve their art style and also create the work for the business owner. It's a win-win. So yeah. So these are the three aspects I think I learned from my research so far. But in the future, I think I could get more ideas, but I still need to gather more information and data to see what else that bring the difference, that make Brighton independent business different. So yeah. So for the future plan, well, there are three things. Firstly, exhibition of SR archive in Jubilee Library. Well, this is something just in the air. So it's not settled down yet, but I believe with this project like this, people would like to try out in the Jubilee Library, at the corner of the entrance. So it won't take them much time. And yeah, it's also a great way to introduce my research. Secondly, AR program of the SR archive development. Yes, I also have a colleague. She is the Lumen Prize winner. She also helped me develop the augmented reality experience, which is for the science which one? Brighton Museum before. So yeah, I would like to invite her again to do the project like this. And thirdly, more VR projects. And recently, I just won the prize from the Animate International Animation Festival. This is my research so far, and I hope you like it. And in the future, if you want to collaborate, you're welcome to contact me. Thank you so much.